Hey everybody! Today I'm drawing Megan Fox from the movie Jennifer's Body. I recently watched a video essay about the movie and how poorly it was marketed and how it was just really misunderstood and kind of flopped. And now there's this new rediscovery and kind of like a cult following for it. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. So this movie came out in 2009 and I was in high school at the time and I definitely had no interest in it. I didn't want to see it. I don't really care. I don't think I watched it until a couple years after that, maybe like in college or something. When I did finally see it, I did really like it, and I haven't watched it since, and it's actually on my watch list now because I want to have a fresh perspective on it and see it again because I think I would really like it at this time in my life. I really like the fashion in this movie, especially this pink heart sweatshirt with the big heart earrings. I knew that needed to be the outfit for this drawing. So the concept for this drawing has been floating around in my head for a couple of days, and it's inspired by the original reception of the movie, kind of what you thought you were going to get versus what it actually was and what it was meant to be. So many people thought this was going to be like a super male gazy kind of movie about Megan Fox being hot, and really it was like a revenge story, and it's written by women, intended for women, so that really changes the perspective of it. So I drew her as this kind of innocent looking hot girl. There's Charlie XCX lyrics, so it's kind of like what you'd expect out of this teen movie, and then I drew her again as kind of like her evil monster self. So I started this drawing traditionally and then finished it digitally, and this has been a workflow I've been really liking lately. I recently downloaded Clip Studio Paint, and I've been slowly teaching myself how to use it. I have a super basic tablet, not one with a screen or anything, so I don't draw digitally too much, but I want to get more into it. You'll see me experimenting with some different brushes and stuff like that during this video. I knew I wanted to do this partially digitally, so I could do one of those reveal kind of things where it's one drawing and then you can erase over it and change it to another. I'm still best at drawing with my ink pen, and I haven't been able to replicate kind of the same type of line and the unpredictability of that digitally, so I usually just do all that on paper and then scan it and then finish the drawing digitally. I haven't drawn anything super dark lately, and I wanted to change that. Somehow drawing blood and gore and stuff is really fun for me. That's something I've never really left behind me after drawing a lot of emo stuff and MCR drawings with tons of blood in them for so long. And it's kind of funny because I don't even really like horror that much. I'm such a baby. I can only handle campy things or not super scary stuff. I won't be able to sleep for days, and I'll have nightmares, and I can't live like that. I do like gore though. I think special effects and the makeup they do in movies and shows is really fascinating. Based on some of the work in my old sketchbooks, I've had a lot of people assume that I'm super into horror and dark stuff. And really, I guess I'm just a poser and I like the aesthetics of it, but I don't really think I've seen any of the classic horror movies. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll be into that and I'll like it. I don't know. Most of the dark influence that I've had in my work has come from just different types of music or My Chemical Romance and stuff like that use a lot of dark imagery in their work, but it comes from different forms of media. I do want to do more dark stuff and more pop culture stuff in the future. Always more portraits. I really need to do more. I like to fall into just drawing plants and animals and inanimate things, and drawing people is really fun. This is the final drawing, and I'm very happy with it. It was so much fun to draw. Thank you for watching. I'm always on Instagram doing stuff, and I'm going to be posting more videos here too. I'm going to hold myself to that. You can come and bother me if I'm not posting. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.